All right, one by one, the candidates have joined the race to the White House. We're talking senators, representatives, governors, and mayors. There they are. There are now more than 20 Democrats and 2 Republicans. And today, one more made his bid official, former Vice President Joe Biden.
But if we give Donald Trump 8 years in the White House, he will forever and fundamentally alter the character of this nation, who we are. And I cannot stand by and watch that happen.
Biden made the announcement in his campaign video released this morning. It starts with him calling out President Trump for his response to the violence by white nationalists in Charlottesville, Virginia back in 2017. This is Biden's 3rd run for the Democratic presidential nomination. He served as vice president, as you know, under President Obama from 2009 to 2017 and represented Delaware in the U.S. Senate for 36 years. So let's dig into this. Bring in CBS 13 political analyst Gary Dietrich.
Yeah, Gary, good to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you.
Yeah, welcome back. And you know what? Think about this, guys. 31 years ago, Joe Biden first ran for president.
Wow.
All right, 3rd time around. Must be the charm in Joe's view, but that's a long time ago he started running for the White House.
Yeah, so he's a favorite right out of the gate. But
he's led in all the polls up till now.
Yeah, but this is a pretty crowded field, so what are his chances?
Well, right now you'd have to say fairly decent, but in a field this big, with as long as this primary is going to go, it's going to be a year from now before we know anything really about it. He's got a long ways to go, and the question is, how much appeals are going to be for somebody who's in his late 70s, right? When the Democratic Party right now and the so-called superstars of the party all seem to be new young folks who've come along fairly recently.
Mm-hmm.
So what support does he siphon away from? I mean, Kamala Harris comes to mind, obviously. She is near the top of the pack.
Yeah.
What does this do for her campaign?
Yeah, well, they're very different candidacies. I mean, Kamala Harris has kind of staked out her turf with women, with people of color, and Joe Biden has always been the blue-collar guy. And so, the real question mark is, in some of these key states where union membership, for example, that's really his strong suit, Tony. Is that where he's going to carve out his niche? And then how much of a coattail effect is it going to be, if any, having served as a very popular President Obama's vice president?
Yeah, we heard the president today. He tweeted very early this morning saying, "Welcome to the race, Sleepy Joe." Mm-hmm. And a lot of people now talking about how tough it's going to be to unseat the president.
Yeah, give him a name. You got to give him a name already, right? Sleepy Joe.
And Andrew and I were talking, I don't know if Sleepy Joe's going to be the one that sticks.
I think it's going to change, yeah.
Well, let's talk about the whole idea of unseating an incumbent before we wrap things up.
Not easy to do.
Yeah, we came across this in the Washington Examiner. Take a look at this. Since World War II, when an incumbent president ran, he won 8 of the 11 races, so it's hard to beat an incumbent president, right? But all 3 times the incumbent was beaten, there were a lot of primary contenders in the opposition field. Sound familiar? Of course, 2 of those 3 times were in recessions as well. And that last part is really kind of the bottom line, right? Because the economy, if it stays as good, it's going to be that much more difficult to unseat President Trump, right?
I'll tell you something, Tony. Notably absent in Biden's announcement today was anything about jobs.
Yeah.
Anything about the economy.
Yeah.
Not a word. That spoke to me about the fact that right now they know that can't be the winning issue because the economy's perking along. If 12 months from now it's different, then you'll see the economy stupid, the famous line from the Clinton campaign, come to the fore. But I think that was a really noticeable absence in the announcement today. It was really about values. That's where he's staking his turf right now. I'm going to be substantially different than the current president.
We'll see how it plays out, right?
Waiting and watching, that's for sure. We've got a long way to go.
We sure do. And this is just a start, friends. We are now finally in campaign. With Joe Biden in, the rocket has lifted off the launch pad.
I could
Game
tell.
on, yeah.
Yeah, your energy's always high, but it's extra high tonight.
Oh, it's extra high tonight because we finally actually have, it's sort of like, well, is that guy to be the quarterback? Well, now we know who's on the field.
Yeah, all right.
Gary,
okay, Coach,
thanks.
we'll see you soon.